Welcome to the AI Rundown. Some massive shifts just happened in the AI world, and we need to talk about all of them. Claude just overtook ChatGPT in the app stores. One of the godfathers of AI just raised $1 billion to prove the entire industry is building AI the wrong way. And an OpenAI executive just walked out over a Pentagon deal. We have 5 major stories today, all connected to where this industry is heading next. Let's get into it. Anthropic's Claude has officially crossed 11 million daily active users in early March 2026. And here is the part that has the industry buzzing. Claude has overtaken ChatGPT in both the US App Store and Google Play rankings. Daily active users jumped by over 180% since the start of the year. This is a remarkable shift, considering ChatGPT had an almost untouchable lead just 12 months ago. Now, to be clear, ChatGPT still maintains a massive advantage in total users with around 250 million daily active users globally. But the trajectory tells the real story. Claude's growth rate is accelerating while ChatGPT's growth has plateaued. Analysts point to Claude's enterprise adoption, its coding capabilities, and the recent launch of Claude Code as key drivers behind this surge. Anthropic has been quietly winning over developers and power users who say the model simply produces better, more nuanced outputs for complex tasks. If this trend continues through the rest of 2026, the AI assistant market could look very different by year-end. In what might be the most significant AI funding event of the year, Yann LeCun's startup AMI Labs has raised $1.03 billion in a seed round. Let that sink in. $1 billion seed round. This is the largest seed round ever for a European company, and it values AMI at $3.5 billion pre-money. The investors read like a who's who of tech. Jeff Bezos through Bezos Expeditions, NVIDIA, Singapore sovereign fund Temasek, Eric Schmidt, Mark Cuban, and even Tim Berners-Lee. What makes this particularly interesting is what LeCun is building. He has been saying for years that large language models are fundamentally limited because they only understand text, not the physical world. AMI Labs is building what he calls world models using an architecture called JPA, the Joint Embedding Predictive Architecture. The idea is to create AI that understands cause and effect in the real world the way humans do, not just predict the next token. Day-to-day operations are led by Alexander Lebrun, while LeCun serves as executive chairman. If his approach works, it could make current LLMs look primitive by comparison. A significant internal rupture at OpenAI became public this week when Caitlin Kalinowski, the head of robotics and hardware, resigned in protest over the company's deal with the Pentagon. Kalinowski had been leading OpenAI's robotics team since November 2024, and she posted publicly that she stepped down on principle. In her own words, AI has an important role in national security, but surveillance of Americans without judicial oversight and lethal autonomy without human authorization are lines that deserved more deliberation than they got. The resignation comes at a particularly sensitive moment. Reports indicate that Anthropic's own negotiations with the Pentagon collapsed after Anthropic pushed for strict limits on domestic surveillance and autonomous weapons. OpenAI responded with a statement saying, their agreement creates a workable path for responsible national security uses of AI while making clear their red lines. But the optics are damaging. When your own robotics chief walks out over ethical concerns, it raises serious questions about internal governance. This story is far from over, and it highlights a growing tension in the AI industry between commercial opportunity and ethical boundaries. NVIDIA's annual GTC conference kicks off March 16th, and the centerpiece is the Vera Rubin platform, the successor to the Blackwell architecture that has dominated AI computing for the past year. Here is why this matters. Vera Rubin is NVIDIA's first extreme co-designed 6-chip AI platform. It combines the Vera CPU, Rubin GPU, NVLink 6 switch, ConnectX 9 SuperNIC, Bluefield 4 DPU, and Spectrum 6 Ethernet switch, all working together. The performance numbers are staggering. NVIDIA claims a 10x reduction in inference token cost, and a 4x reduction in the number of GPUs needed to train mixture of experts models compared to Blackwell. Jensen Huang confirmed at CES in January that Vera Rubin NVL72 racks are already in full production, and products from partners will ship in the second half of 2026. For the AI industry, cheaper inference means AI companies can serve more users at lower cost, which could accelerate adoption across every sector. GTC 2026 is expected to reveal even more details about the Rubin ecosystem and potentially a preview of what comes next. The AI hardware race is far from slowing down. In a move that signals just how mainstream AI has become in government, the United States Senate has officially approved the use of ChatGPT, Gemini, and Microsoft Copilot by Senate staff. The 3 AI chatbots are now integrated into the Senate's internal digital platforms, allowing aides to use them for administrative tasks, research, and drafting. This is a significant step because the Senate has historically been extremely cautious about adopting new technology, especially tools that handle sensitive information. The approval comes with guardrails. Staff are prohibited from inputting classified or sensitive constituent information into the AI tools. But for routine research, speech drafting, and policy analysis, AI is now an officially sanctioned tool on Capitol Hill. Critics worry that over-reliance on AI could lead to homogenized policy positions or introduce subtle biases from the models. Supporters counter that AI tools simply help staff work more efficiently in an environment where they are chronically understaffed and overwhelmed with information. Either way, this sends a clear message. AI is no longer experimental technology. It is becoming standard infrastructure in the most powerful institutions in the world. That is your AI rundown for today. Claude overtaking ChatGPT, $1 billion bet against LLMs, an OpenAI resignation over military AI, NVIDIA's next-generation platform, and AI going official in the US Senate. The pace of change is relentless, and we are here to keep you informed every single day.